trading out of the same account. All right. This is the ratio between equity and margin. When your margin level percent reaches 100%, you are not going to be able to take on any new positions. And then you are also in danger of having losing positions closed immediately, depending on what they are. Your broker is going to close out the biggest losing position first. This is called being margin called. Never let it reach 100% or below. Just don't let it happen. If you are nearing the 100%, don't take on any new positions, and it is best that you close out the smallest ones. So let me give you an example. Right now, things are going good, but what happens if you're in a trade and you've got a trade that's negative $500, negative, $20, negative, $5. If you can close the $20 and the $5 one, and then still be able to keep the 500. That's probably not a great example because you shouldn't be negative 5. Well, it depends on what your account is, but anyhow, I'll keep on with this example. Let's say you were able to close the 20 and the 5 out, and that would now increase your margin level percent to, maybe let's say 300%. Now you've just given yourself room to breathe. You've just given your trade the ability to still turn around if it hasn't already hit your stop loss. Now, in the situation where your margin level percent is below 100, your broker is going to go after the most expensive one. They're going to close the $500 one out. And that's going to take a huge chunk of your account. If you had a strategy where you knew that you wanted that 500 to be open like that and you did not want it to be closed, it's in your best interest to close out the smaller ones. A lot of us don't like to close losing positions, but it's better that you close it and not them. Because if they do, they're protecting their interests. The key is don't take on too many trades. You should always limit the amount of positions you take on at any given time. Don't take too many out, and always keep an eye on your margin level percent. You want it high. In this picture, the higher, the better. Right now it's at 6,709. That's great. They're nowhere near close to getting their account blown. And when I say blown, like where the broker closes your account or where you lose a gigantic chunk or all of your money in your account, one of the two. So make sure the higher the better. Keep it away from 100. Margin is your down payment needed to get you into the trade. This is non-leveraged money. So I did talk to you guys about leverage. So go back to the video that talks about lots and leverage. But margin is basically, for instance, when you buy a house, you don't just get to go into a bank and say, hey, I want to buy this $250,000 house. This is, great, right? Just give me the money. They're going to say, well, we need 20% of that 250,000. They're going to take 20%. That's their margin. So if anything goes bad, they're keeping that as well. All right. It's the same with this. You have to put a down payment on your money, whatever the down payment is. You have to put a down payment on any position you open. So the more positions you open, the higher your margin. So in the event that you get a margin call, like I was talking about, they are going to close out your losing position, and they're also going to take that margin, whatever is in there. They're going to take that down payment also. So you can stand to lose a gigantic chunk of money, which is why, like I said earlier, keep that margin level percent above 100 just to stay in the clear. Margin is just your down payment. By now, you should have a good understanding of the following questions. Read them quietly to yourself, and when you are finished, go on to the next video in this series. Thank you so much. My name is Adeze Duncan, and remember, I am a student always.